Hello everybody and welcome to your reading. In this reading we are going to explore the heart and soul, the depth of the person that you are asking about. We are going to look at their karmic energies, their light energies, what's going on in their heart space right now, get a real gist of who they are, what they don't share, what they don't expose. And this can be for somebody that you've just met. This could be for somebody you're just kind of watching from afar. This can be for somebody that you already know if you want to explore them deeper. And this can also be, about somebody from your past. So look at the keys there and decide which key is going to unlock the door to the heart and soul of the person you are asking about. I will start with the first key. There are timestamps below for all of the others. Hello there. So here is the key to this heart and soul that you are asking about. And we're going to get right into this reading and see what their higher self is willing to share with us in this reading here. And we are going to start with their karmic energies and their light energies and just kind of see where they are at. All right. Okay, so right now, this person you're asking about, they're dealing with a lot of karmic situations at this time, or they're much more in like shadow, fear-based energy. Like that's where they're vibrating predominantly, because we have a 4 for karmic energies, and then we have a 1 for the light energies. So this person is going through a lot, or is not very awakened at this time, maybe putting their head in the sand about different things, or they're just dealing with a lot of different karmic energies at this time. So let's look at the spirit guide that's predominantly leading them. The Dancer of Lies. So this being a dancer, this spirit guide, this person really is working on karmic debts at the time that you view this reading and you're asking about them. And look at this, lies. So lies could be that they tend to be very deceptive to others, or they really, and being deceptive means they can really hide their true self, like they don't articulate what's really in their heart and soul. They just really keep that beneath the surface and say whatever it is that's going to keep the waters smooth and not really rock the boat. It could mean that they are a bit deceptive and they do lie, they do make up stories, they're manipulative, and if that's the case, then they lie to themselves quite a bit as well. And the dancer is an earth spirit who has come in to help this person balance their karma and really dig deep. So this person you're asking about, there is a bit of shadow energy in their soul, and it's a bigger focus. It's a stronger energy than the light energies at this time. And with this, they have really kind of dug this hole for themselves. And they may give you one particular story, but the truth at the end of the day, just with these dice and this particular spirit guide coming out, they created what's happening in their life, and it's time for them to really face that. And so that's the energy that they are in. So let's pull some tarot and look at who they are internally, and then what they project. And if this is somebody who really just holds back their truth, the shadow energy would be because they're denying their own truth, which is essentially shadow energy, lower vibrational energy, and that creates what they experience right now. They need to become true to themselves and get very empowered in that solar plexus chakra. And it might be like they're just, they've gone through a lot in life, so they don't really know how to, have a voice and speak their truth and stand up for themselves. Okay, so we have the moon, and this is the energy that represents the internal world. And then what they project is the hermit. Wow. This person is very secretive, very mysterious. Trying to dig deep into them is like trying to open a clamshell with your nails. We have the moon as the internal, which means they are very blocked, they are very guarded, and so their higher self is letting us know that they do keep a lot of secret. And what they project is that same energy, very mysterious. And the hermit is, you know, I'm a loner, nobody understands me. There could be a bit of victimhood mentality that goes along with this person, just depending on their situation. This is a general reading, so I'll try to bring forth a couple different storylines, and you apply the one that seems to fit the most from what you know about this person. They are this, you know, just this lineup, they might be in the process of dark night of the soul. And that's not an easy thing to deal with. But they are very alone. They feel very alone in this world, even if they have a lot of people around them who love them. They could be dealing with some depression, some addiction, some emotional baggage they've just never, you know, healed and moved on from. And with that moon being the internal energy, they're really not facing themselves and their behavior and what they do. It's like, well, what happened to me is my excuse and my justification for what I do to others, and I'm always going to be alone. I can't trust anybody, you know, that type of energy. So this person could have been through quite a bit, but they are in a loner type of vibe, and very guarded, very blocked, very protected. So let's see the primary planetary energy that's influencing them. Mercury. This person is very analytical. They choose to exist more in the mental body, in the ego, rather than in the heart space, exploring the depth of their own soul. They don't want to go deep, and I feel going deep for them is kind of a very painful process. You know, and because going deep means they have to face what they've done to others, and up to this point they justify their bad behavior because of what's been done to them. But to really go within and introspect and take accountability and responsibility would no longer allow this person to claim any sort of victimhood, you know, because it's like two wrongs don't make a right, but this person has been justifying their behavior, their actions based on what they've been through. Or, you know, if you really know this person well, this could be there's just a lot of things that have happened in this situation, and maybe you did some things, and now the way they behave is like they justify it, saying, well, you deserve this, you put me through this, so that's just how I am. Or if you've done nothing wrong, they may justify and kind of put you in a corner of, well, then why are you here? Just leave, just walk away. And if this is a newer person and it's like you can't figure them out, it's because they're very blocked. They choose to separate from their emotional body because it's a very dark place for them. There's a lot of shadow energy, unhealed wounds in the emotional body. And so that's why they're in this loner energy. They really struggle to, you know, connect to other people on an emotional level. It's like a meeting in the mind with this person. And so, they could be very savvy with what they say, very manipulative, very clever, very witty. They learn people in a sense to like, how do I use them, or how do I remain in control of this situation? And you know, this is a general reading, so the level that this person decides to be manipulative is going to vary, but some that you're asking about do utilize that to their advantage, because again, they're very disconnected from their heart space. So let's pull some of this shadow energy and see what's going on with it. All right, anger and chains. So yeah, they are really bound to different things that happen to them in their life, and they've been unable to move beyond that, and it's like really hindered emotional maturity and evolution. And so they can only go so far with any person before it becomes, too much, too stimulating, too real. And they tend to lash out and blame because they cannot face the darkness within themselves. And it has a lot to do with what they've been through, as well as different choices they've made and not wanting to take any sort of responsibility or accountability for that. Next out is sacrifice. Who, whatever they lost, it truly broke them. And so that may be why they are manipulative, or tend to use people or see people as pawns, for them to have the upper hand, rather than seeing people for connection and true heart to heart, soul to soul type of things. They may have just been through way too much, like something really broke this person. And lastly, we have masquerade. Yeah, they just put on a show. It's like, whatever you need me to say, I will say. Whatever you need me to do, I will do. Whoever you need me to be, I will be that person for you. Okay? And it's because they will not deal with or face this emotional damage, this trauma that exists within. So if this person hadn't gone through what they had, I don't think they would be in this energy. They wouldn't vibe in this place. This is a person that has a good heart, has a good soul, but there are things that happened in their life that truly broke them, and because of that, they don't know how to emotionally connect. They can feel love, they can feel anger, they can feel all the range of emotions, but it's not like nothing can grow roots. Those real solid, strong relationships cannot grow roots. And they're willing to sacrifice this journey and walking alone, rather than to ever be broken like that again, or to face this and heal this and overcome it in order to be able to connect to another person. It's very scary. It's very painful to them. And their spirit guide coming in, trying to really help balance out their karmic energies and open them up. So let's pull some tarot and go a bit deeper. Okay, yep, look at the anger and chains, Six of Cups. It's from the past. They really got hurt in the past. And some of them, this goes all the way back to childhood, because look at this, we have the innocence of Pentacles. So, this could have been an abusive, neglectful, or just really poverty-stricken type of upbringing. It could play out in many different ways. Some of this could be a lot of rejection in, early life, as well as, like high school, early adulthood. There could have been a lot of rejection there, romantically, through friends. Or this could just be one specific situation that happened, and it stunted them. Because with the innocence of Pentacles, it's like, they haven't been able to move beyond this emotionally, to evolve into the knight, to the queen, to the king. Okay, so what the issue with this person, the reason why they're so closed and you just never really know what they're thinking or feeling, is because of what's happened to them, and they cannot seem to face that head on. And so it's prevented them from moving forward. Under sacrifice, look at that. We've got the Hermit again. They're willing to be alone. Yep, look at that with the universe. This person is like, I will walk my journey alone for the rest of my days, and that's just fine. That's the sacrifice I'm willing to make, rather than apologize, take accountability, because there's also a big fear of rejection for this person in saying, I was wrong, I shouldn't have done XYZ, a fear of rejection, in taking that accountability and ownership, which also prevents them from facing these energies. They feel it. Everything that they lose or that doesn't work out because of this. They feel it and they're very aware of it. But you have the Hermit here twice with sacrifice. I'm willing to be alone on this journey rather than face this. That's how deep this wound goes for this person. Now we have the Seven of Pentacles. I say and do what I've got to just to keep the status quo. Yep. So this person could even be where they lie. They say, yes, I love, I this, I that, because they think that's what they're supposed to be saying and doing. But there's this sense of falsity or inauthenticity around it, and you sense that about them. And it's because they really are not connected to their heart space, okay? They're not. There's a wound that exists, and they protect that, and they nurture that wound. And it really, I mean, man, the struggle that they endure, it's very sad, but they choose this. Like, Spirit wants you to know that they choose this, and this spirit guide is trying to help them break through the lies they tell themselves, as well as the lies that destroy them, that broke them. So let's pull some cards to look at the light energy in this person, because it's there. They're just really struggling with the shadow and the darkness, and they do have some karmic energies that they have got to balance. Self-discovery, the Buddha, and love lessons. Okay, so this is a very wise soul that you are dealing with. But they're not aware of that yet. They're not aware of who they truly are at the core, at the center, their divinity. And with love lessons here, many of you, this wound happened in a romantic situation for them. You know, for others, it just came through different experiences in life. But for the majority of those of you asking, this person was really burned in romance, and that's why they're weary. That's why they hold back. That's why, you know, they are afraid to face the wound within. They never ever want to be hurt like that. So let's look at that heart space. Let's go a bit deeper into the heart space. True lady, emotionally stable and independent. So they've really become strong facing the world on their own. In fact, they might be like where they prefer their own company over others. Silence, not speaking but still watching. So every connection that they, you know, let just walk away because it gets too real, they never really let go. They always kind of, you know, watch from afar, and that could be for you specifically, but it's like being alone is what they're used to. That's easier to face, that's easier to deal with. And look at this, looming, snooping and spying. So this person would rather just watch from afar than be up close and personally invested. Oh, that is so sad. Like, they got burned and it just kind of turned them sour, and they, like, you know, embraced the shadow, and they kind of became that person themselves to others. All right, so we have the King of Cups. Yep, see, they have a good heart, good soul, especially with that Buddha, and the Ten of Cups. But they are fine on their own. Six of Swords. Even when they say they've moved on, they let go, they're still watching. All right, yeah, here's the High Priestess. They keep that a secret. You would never know that. Like, this person could make you feel like they really don't care and have absolutely no interest in you, okay? They're that good at, like, the lie. Even if that's not what's going on inside of them, that's not what they truly desire. It's just things can't get too deep for this person. So when it gets to that point, whether it's a friend or like a romance, there's always an arm's length distance. And if things fizzle out and they end because they don't take any sort of accountability or responsibility, they'll accept that. and they'll watch from afar instead. Under looming, we've got the Seven of Pentacles again, and Temperance. Yeah, it's like it's always going to end the same. It's always going to, you know, turn out to where it hurts me, and so I'm not going to put in the energy and effort. Like I'll watch from afar. So let's pull some cards here to look at your journey with this person, this lifetime, or if this is not your specific journey with them, this is the journey they're on right now, you know, and I say that because this is going to be different for each of you. Some of you, this is your journey with them, and others, you know, this could be somebody from your past or somebody you're just kind of watching from a distance at this time. So let's see. Judgment. So there is definitely a soul contract between you and this person. That's why you're drawn to them, or, you know, you want to be in their life. Next out is the Movement of Wands. Many of you, this feels like a romantic interest. Eight of Swords that you feel very blocked from. You don't understand this person. Wheel of Fortune, you hope that it's going to change. And Four of Wands, there is hope to this connection. All right, and I am going to have to change the battery really quick, and look at that, how synchronistic. Just when you think it's going to end, there's nothing left here, boom, there's more to it. So I will be right back. Okay, I am back. So let's pull a couple clarifiers about this Four of Wands, because I do feel that this can eventually change, but this person has got to be willing to face the shadow within, and we do have this spirit guide trying to help them with that. We have Knave of Swords, so communication, conversation, but again, this person really holds back the emotions. Knight of Swords and Six of Pentacles. So, you know, there does look like there's hope here with this person through the help of their spirit guide, where they can have a turning point and really face what they feel, you know, inside their heart, inside their soul, and decide that it's not worth it to walk this journey alone, and people are not disposable, even though they were treated as such. Secrets, things hidden about the past, so I'm not surprised to see this. They're very mysterious. You do not understand them. Unforgiving, end all, no repair. They could be somebody who, it's like they expect you to walk this straight line, but they're very sloppy and they fall out of the line. Okay, so they have expectations of others that they cannot live up to themselves, and that was done to them before. Okay, and now we have strong, focused and independent. Yeah, this person, if this is a romantic interest, you are best served to kind of let this person just be for now and let their spirit guide handle them, because they've got some emotional baggage they have got to face, and you know, they won't be able to open up and connect to anybody until they do so. And I do see this potential of a turnaround, of having a real heart-to-heart conversation with this person, but their spirit guide has to help them, and so the journey of that and the amount of time is different for each of you. So spirit guide, you both have a lot of healing. I am helping with that. This spirit guide is trying to help them heal these emotional wounds of the past, and is trying to help you heal from, you know, what you've been through with this person, or your own emotional baggage. Now you got a soul message. Our connection has awakened me, and it is forcing me to face the shadows within. All right, so there you go. This is their soul speaking to you, letting you know that, yeah, you know, all you have said has not fallen on deaf ears. With Judgment here, there is a soul contract, and so you truly do have a key to their heart and soul. And now, heart, I am so sorry, even if I can't say so yet. Yeah, this person just really struggles to connect to their emotional body. It you know, is a negative type of feeling for them when those emotions start springing forth because of what they've been through in the past, and you've just got to let the spirit guide work the magic. The spirit guide is helping both of you. This person has karma to balance and a lot of emotional healing to do, but I do see a heart-to-heart conversation just up ahead. So those are your messages about this person. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care. Hello there. So for the second key, here is the energy of the soul of the person you are asking about, because we are going to connect with their higher self in this reading to bring forth the information that remains hidden or that you don't understand, or maybe you just want to know more about this person. So we're going to start by looking at their karmic energies and their light energies and kind of see where they're at vibrationally. Okay, so we have 2 karmic energies, shadow energies, and then 3 light energies. So this person is definitely more light-based at the time of this reading, meaning there's more going good for them than going bad. There's not, well, it is a 2 and a 3. But the light is overriding. There is some karmic energy there, 2 strong energies coming through, and that could be, different experiences and situations they're involved with. That could be relationships, or it could just be some shadow energy within that they have to face and, take accountability for. But with the 3, for the light energy, this is a person who is much more light-based. They're going to be more honest. They have a conscience. There's a moral compass that guides and directs this person. So let's look at the spirit guide that is, the strongest guiding this person at this time. Okay, Hunter of Conflict. All right, that makes sense with that shadow energy. So this is an earth spirit that's coming through, and this earth spirit has an investment in making sure the person you're asking about, learns their life lessons, fulfills soul contracts. And right now, this spirit guide is helping them work through some internal conflicts. And this can be, recent things that have unfolded in their life. This could be some things from their past that they didn't fully heal or they didn't learn from, a couple repeating patterns. And this spirit guide is coming in really strong to help them get through these shadow energies, okay? So that's very positive news for you, whoever this person is to you, whether, it's a love interest, a friend, a family member, whatever it is that they're going through, or just, some weird energy within, they're going to get through it rather quickly because of this spirit guide that is showing. So let's take a look at their energy internally and then what they project externally. Actually, that's a bonus since we left it there. Okay, so they are a very strong individual. This is somebody who is quite capable of standing on their own 2 feet, making it through really challenging, tricky situations. They've been through a thing or two in their life, and there's just this inner strength and willpower about them that could be, very inspiring, or you admire it. They can take a lot more than the average person. They can have a very thick skin. So in arguments, or if somebody's coming at them, negative words are less likely to penetrate this person deeply. It can make them mad, get them upset, trigger them for a minute, but this person is incredibly strong and resilient and bounces back from many different things. So they can also be very stubborn. They could like to be the center of attention, the life of the party. Their energy is very warm, and it pulls you in. What they project is the Chariot. So what they project to you and others is this, light energy. This is somebody who is more optimistic, more positive. It could be very ambitious, very goal-driven, believes in processes, a point from A to B, and that's how you get things done. And they've learned a lot on their journey. This is not somebody who has their head in the sand, or who is very unself-aware. they are aware of themselves. When they screw up, they know they screw up. And this is somebody who's more likely to take steps to rectify the things that they do wrong, the mistakes that they make, rather than try to lie, hide, sweep it under the rug. This person is much more straightforward. And the bonus card about their energy is the King of Pentacles. All right. This person is a person of power, of authority, you know, in the workplace or in their own world, their own universe. There could be a lot of people that this person is connected to that look up to this person for support, for strength, for guidance. This is just, whether it's a male or a female, this would be like the hierarchy, or not the hierarchy, the patriarch or the matriarch of a family or a group of people, you know, this person. And they could also be very well financially established in their life, in their career. They could be in a higher position within the company they work for. And they're just, man, their energy is good. This is nothing like the first key. So if you were like, you know, key 1, oops, sorry about that, key 1, key 2, you picked the right key, because the energy of key 1 was vastly different than this. This person, oh, I am sucked into their energy. They're smart. They're educated, you know, and if they're not, you know, educated with degrees, they are very, very street smart, common sense, have seen a thing or two in their life. They make really good decisions. Their energy is solid and stable. This is somebody that can be counted on, you know, through hard times. So let's pull the primary planetary energy that drives this person or that they're working with at this time. If this is a potential love interest, this is a really good catch right here. And anything, like I said, that they're going through right now, they have a spirit guide that's helping them through that. All right, Chiron, it's healing. This person is working on healing. All right, with Chiron there, this just iterates all that we see here. This is the wounded healer. You know, this is somebody who could really be having a hard time emotionally or just with different circumstances and situations in their life, but they're going to be there for their friends, for their family, for the person that they love romantically, for their children. This person is still going to be there. They are so beautiful. They have the ability to set aside what they're going through and help others along. And then when that's finished, they go back and face what they've got to deal with within themselves, okay? This is somebody who may put certain things on the back burner that they need to deal with about themselves or face within themselves, okay? But they will always get around to it. This is not somebody who can handle unresolved energy within them. This is not somebody who likes fights, arguments, anything like that. They will definitely stand their ground. They could be very, very stubborn, okay? But this is not somebody who really wants to debate. If they do, it's because they feel incredibly passionate about what they're debating or what they're trying to defend. This person is a force to be reckoned with when they feel threatened, or somebody they really care about is, they feel this person is being threatened. They will lay down their life. This is a very solid, beautiful energy. With Chiron there, they've definitely gone through their share of crap in this lifetime, but they always bounce back. They always heal, and they pass that energy on to others. That's why they're inspiring. That's why it's easy to admire this person and be drawn into their energy. All right, let's pull some shadow energy, these two shadows that are coming through, and see what that's about. This might just be weaknesses and cracks in this person. Okay, so we have colorless angel. So this person is prone to depression or bouts of withdrawing and really kind of feeling bad about things. That, you know, even though we have the King of Pentacles there, this person is a strong water energy, and that to me is like their sun, their moon, or their rising is water, or they have strong planetary placement in water energies in their natal chart, which would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, because this person is definitely prone to depression. They do take on a lot of what's going on with other people around them. And next out is fragmentation. Okay. Yeah, that's what this shadow energy is about. So the one thing this person really struggles with is they don't know when to say no. They don't know when enough is enough. And so sometimes it can get to the point to where they get to the end of their rope and they finally snap. And when that happens, that's scary. You know, they do and say things they don't mean, and their energy is frightening and dominating and very controlling when they're pushed to their point. And, you know, it could be the smallest little thing that sets them off. And the reason for that is because this person really allows things to build and build and build within. And it's not that they're trying to sweep anything under the rug. It's just they want to be strong. They want to be stable. They want to keep everything in balance for themselves and for others. And they don't, they're not very good at dispensing that energy externally. Like they really have this protective element around them where they want to protect people that they love from harm, from sadness, from painful truths. And so they try to take on a lot themselves, and they don't do anything to filter that energy through them and release it. And so it builds up, and they could have a tendency to like snap or have a temper. And when they get in a mood, they are in a mood, and it can go, you know, for like a couple days at a time, and it can be scary, or it can be very confusing. Like, you know, I don't understand. You were fine yesterday. Why are you mad today? Or why did this tiny thing set you off? And it's because it's been building. So with this person, this shadow energy is really about them learning to filter through the emotions and the energy that they deal with on the daily in a positive sense, instead of like, you know, letting it bottle up inside. So let's pull a couple cards. All right, the devil, yeah. They are definitely prone to depression. Look at that with the high priestess, yeah. And some of you, this person is just so sensitive that, you know, different events going on in the world at large can really affect them and their energy. They are highly sensitive soul, could be empathic, very intuitive, could even be psychic. Under fragmentation, we've got the Nine of Wands and the Spirit of Wands. Yeah, they definitely have a tendency to spread themselves too thin, and then that's what causes, you know, that buildup and the explosion. So they spread themselves too thin, and they don't properly filter through energy and emotions at times, and then the smallest thing can cause them to snap. And part of why they withdraw their energy at times, or they just seem really moody, or they're depressed and you just don't understand, it's because they're very tapped into the universe and the energies around them and people, and they might not realize it, or they might be aware of it. And again, they really need to ground their energy better and filter through those more negative energies better, or maybe even start, because I just feel like they bottle it all, and they don't see it that way. They feel like they're dealing with it, but they're not. There's a lot of energy that builds up inside of them, and that's what this spirit guide is trying to help with. Hunter of conflict, that internal conflict that they struggle with. So let's look at the light energies within them. Spiritual business, dark night purge, and false prophet. All right, this person knows things, okay, whether it's about spirituality or just a specific skill, because this is a general reading. This person is meant to be a manager or a business owner. And again, they're very ethical. They have a moral compass in which drives all that they do. And with Dark Knight Purge here, they have been duped. They've been hoodwinked in the past by certain people, you know, with the false prophet. And so this Dark Knight Purge, this goes back to their inability to filter through different emotions and energy and just allowing it to bottle up, and then they explode and it comes out in very negative ways, and that's like kind of beyond their control, they feel at times. This Dark Knight Purge is going to take place at some point on their journey. And this is where everything changes, and that's probably about the junction they're at. And after this process, they're going to awaken to their spiritual gifts if they're not already aware of them. And what their spiritual gift, what they know, or their skill, if it's not spiritually based, like they have this desire to teach the truth or to have a very ethical, moral-based business, be a set apart, be something different to inspire others to follow suit. This is a very, very honest person. Let's look at their heart. Continual replay, same outcome as before, don't bother. They really struggle with this emotional energy, and it really gets them down. They beat themselves up over it. Meant to be, all things in divine timing. Their heart is beautiful and pure. And new emotion, falling in love. Okay, so whoever this person is to you, you know, if it's a friend or family member, they love you unconditionally. You can count on this person through thick and thin. If this is like somebody, a potential love interest that you're watching from afar, or you've just met, this is a beautiful person. They just have this tendency to get really moody, depressed, or have these, you know, emotional outbursts that aren't always the easiest to deal with. And, you know, if this is your romance person right now and you don't understand their energy or why, well, here you go. Their heart is pure. They are pure. This is such a beautiful person right here. They just really struggle with that emotional energy. It's quite sad to me because, like I said, they are a very beautiful soul. So let's look at what your path and journey is meant to be with them. And, you know, if this isn't what your path and journey is with them specifically, then this is the path and journey that they're on right now. Because, again, you know, you are going to relate to this person differently. Some of you asking about a romance, some of you asking about a friend, you know, a family member. So let's see what path is unfolding here. The Ace of Pentacles, this is a beautiful, solid path. The Hanged Man, but there may be some delay to it initially. But there's victory. It will happen. You've got the Chariot coming through again. This person is so ambitious. They make things happen. Next is the Movement of Pentacles. There you go. And lastly, the Earth Mother. Nice. Yes. So this journey you are meant to share with this person is very solid and meant to, I feel, you know, be a part of you for all of your life, if not a huge part of your life. Initially, though, we don't understand each other, or there's some blockage. Some of you, we could meet and then go into a period of separation. You know, there could be a fight, an argument, a falling out. You know, the separation is different for all of you. There is this blockage, though, initially in this connection, but it's overcome right here with the Chariot, okay? Both of you, your energy energies align, and then you have the movement of pentacles going forward. So this is a very strong, steady, stable energy with this individual. It's slower moving, but you can count on this, and it's very abundant, it's fertile. You can count on this energy. This is somebody who is so just compassionate and loving, and is like wants to be everybody's hero, which gets them in trouble. And they just really need to focus on working on their emotions and filtering through that better, and not taking on all the energy of everything around them. And again, some of them are very spiritually gifted, and they may eventually have a spiritually based business or practice. Okay, and if it's not that, they have some sort of money-making idea that I feel, you know, they're gonna bring forth. Here we go. This just fell out. Compassionate, kind, and caring soul. Excellent match, best friends and lovers. And true man, emotionally mature and wholeheartedly devoted. Yeah, you know, I don't even, and look at what's next. The true lady. Yes, this person is a beautiful balance of the divine feminine and divine masculine energies within. Okay, they are a protector, they're strong, they've been through a lot, they will lay down their life, they have a moral compass that guides them. They do like having the upper hand and feeling in control of things, so they might be a bit dominating and controlling, but it's not malicious. This person, anything they do, it does not come from an ugly place. And so that's why this energy is kind of scary for some of you, or hard to deal with, because you're like, well, where does this even come from out of you? And it's just because they don't you know, deal with heavy energies or emotions very easily. They don't filter through it, and it just kind of builds. And they do have a spirit guide that's coming in at this time to help them move through this. So if this is a romantic potential, I highly recommend. You guys are an excellent match. If this is a friend that, you know, you had a falling out with, or you just don't understand at times, they're real, they're true, they have your back. Okay, if this is a family member, same thing. They're real, they're true, they have your back. They just have, they're just very misunderstood because they don't know how to deal with that energy. But they will get through that. They will overcome. They will evolve beyond it. They absolutely will. And that might be what the hang up is initially, and then they overcome it. Okay, so those are your messages for the second key. I am sending you all lots of love and light. Take care. Hello there. So here is the key to the soul that you are asking about. So we will get right into your reading. This is representing the higher self of the person that you are asking about in this reading. So we'll just set this over here, and we're going to start by looking at their karmic energies as well as their light energies and see where they're at vibrationally. Nice, nice. You've got 6 light energies and 2 shadow energies or karmic energies this person is currently dealing with. So what that tells me is this person is more of the light. They're very honest. They're probably very sensitive to others, empathy, empath, compassionate. They just live their life on a more honest level, or they're very spiritual. They're connected into the higher realms. They could be spiritually gifted with that. So let's pull a card and see which spirit guide is working with this person at this time. And that will give us an idea of where they're at on their life journey. Okay, a dancer of inspiration. All right, so that makes sense of what I was feeling with those dice. This person has turned a leaf, has turned a corner in their life. And these are karmic energies. They're not shadow energies, they're karmic energies that are attached to this person's past, because in the past, this person wasn't always what I just described at the beginning of this reading. They may have been dishonest, they may have done some things they're not proud of in their past, but now at this point on their journey, they have really turned the page. They have become somebody else. They've had an awakening happen in their soul, and now they are balancing their karma with the Dancer. This is an earth spirit who is coming in to help this person balance out their karma. And with that inspiration, this spirit guide had a lot to do with this person's awakening, and has been working closely with them for a while. So let's pull a couple of cards to look at their energy, what's going on internally, as well as what they project to the external world. Got confused for a second. Okay. Ooh, look at that. The internal is the Tower. And what they project is the Sun. Oh. This person may be in the process as we speak of going through this, turning the page, really becoming accountable within for who they are, the choices they've made, the way those choices have impacted others. However, they don't project the inner turmoil at all. It's the Sun. That's what they project externally, which would come back to this, the 6 on the spiritual energy, the light energy. They really keep a lot to themselves, like the darker stuff, or if they're going through stuff, like their true emotion about it, they keep to themselves. So if this person got like a scary medical diagnosis, they would make light of it. They would make jokes about it, and sharing it with others, opposed to being like, breaking down and crying their eyes out. Like, they really hide the depth of their emotion about anything. When something's wrong, they're not going to say something's wrong. When you're going through some really bad stuff and it's the worst of the worst, they're going to try to lead you into a higher perspective, lead you to the light, make you believe everything is going to be okay and all is well. This person's energy is very, very positive, but it was not always that way. And there's a lot going on inside of them about their past, and they're really trying hard to, turn over a new leaf, become somebody new. And they mean it from their soul. This comes from their soul. All right, let's see the primary planet that is influencing them at this time. Look at that. We've got Chiron coming out. This is the wounded healer, okay? This is a person who has been through a lot in their life, and they've seen a lot of things. They've experienced a lot of things. They've had a lot of heartaches and heartbreaks, but they've also delved out many heartaches and heartbreaks. Haven't always been honest, okay? But who they are now is somebody completely different from who they used to be. The Tower within, that's like all of that old energy is falling away. And Chiron, being the primary energy working with this person right now, they're in a deep healing process. Not only that, their energy is naturally healing and uplifting, and that would come back to that projection of who they are as the Sun. Energy, very bubbly, very uplifting. This could be a very attractive individual as well with the Sun. So let's pull some cards, excuse me, to look at these two shadow energies, these karmic energies that they are still working on resolving. Because this spirit guide is the guide that helps balance karma for you. Okay, naked before the stars. Ooh, they are taking ownership and accountability. And downcast pride. Wow. Wow. It's not even like This person is like willing. This would be like, you know, somebody who's lived a life as a criminal coming to a point of full reckoning within and going and turning themselves in and saying, you know, these are all the crimes I've committed and I need to have justice. I need to serve my time. I need to pay, you know, restitution for all I've done. That's this energy, is somebody who has had an amazing awakening, and it could have been through an experience, something crazy that happened in their life, some tragedy, you know, they went through dark night of the soul. It's all kinds of different things that could have happened to this person to cause this awakening, but nonetheless, that's what they've been shook, and from that, it's really changed them all the way down at the core. And naked before the stars, they are being authentic and real and vulnerable under spirit, under their religious belief, whatever it is for them personally, and they want to be more vulnerable and real and authentic to those in their life and confess and clear the air and make things right. And downcast pride, in the past, they were very, very ego driven, and that caused a lot of destruction along their journey, and they see that now, and they want to make up for that, for the people that they hurt, the people they let down. This person in no way is somebody who is going to be petty and blameful. They're evolving beyond that, and they're cleaning up their karma from who they used to be. And this is a beautiful, the evolution that's taking place in this person. So if this is a potential love interest, oh my gosh, it may be a matter of timing. They may be, you know, still needing to work through some of this, but man, they are a keeper, and everything they've been through has turned into wisdom, and they share that with others, and they really try to help keep others grounded in their words, their advice, their energy. Who they are is quite healing to all those who encounter them. Look at that, Sky Father. Yeah, this naked under the stars, under spirit, this person. Justice, my goodness, yeah, they are ready to take full accountability for who they are and what that means. This is such a beautiful evolution, maturity to this soul. You do not know what they have accomplished this life journey. This is big deal. Next out is the Sage. Yep, see, they've seen the light. Their third eye has been activated. And movement of swords. And now the way they used to think is changing. The way they used to go about doing things is changing. The way they used to treat people is changing. And it's beautiful. It's authentic from the inside out. And they're ready. They want to pay their karma. They don't want to lie. They don't want to hide. Like, whatever they have done, they want to own up to it. They want to confess to it. And they want to make amends. And they want to heal. And they truly feel remorse in their heart, not for the way their life has been screwed up or damaged from their choices, but truly the way it has impacted others in a negative sense. And they've been through some things, and that's why they acted the way they did. But they've learned 2 wrongs don't make a right. Like, this person is so evolved, so evolved. All right, let's look at their light. I mean, we got a 6 that came out. They're in this process of this beautiful awakening, and like the phoenix rising from the ashes. This could be somebody who's overcoming a lifelong addiction. You know, maybe they've had a lot of toxic behavior and patterns they're overcoming. All right, these 2 jumped out. So in the light, yep, they've been through a lot of painful lessons and they've learned from them. Next is crystals. They are very naturally healing, and they are in a deep healing process, and it's a bit of a solitude journey for them. So if this person kind of keeps you at a distance right now, it's because that's what needs to happen for their soul to, you know, do this balancing. This is a very important, pivotal part of this person's life journey for this incarnation. Look at that. Yep, activation. And finally, Reiki. Okay, because we have Reiki and crystals, this person may become a healer, may get into Reiki, and they would be brilliant at it, okay? If you are in contact with them, I would recommend them getting some Reiki or working with crystals to help, you know, move through these karmic energies. But they've learned, they see cause and effect. They see their own choices and behavior and actions and how that has impacted others, and they're growing from it rather than running away from it. And there's a deep activation going on in the third eye as well as in their soul, and there is a period where they're going to be walking this journey alone, and that's the way it's intended, so that all of this energy can be balanced out. And you know, this person, because we have the tower within and the sun without, they could be going through some really heavy stuff right now, and you might not even know it. You might not even know it because they're not going to tell you about it. They don't want to bring anybody down with their troubles. They don't see themselves as a victim on any level. What they go through, their struggles right now, they feel they deserve it for who they used to be. The spirit guide trying to help them work through that energy as well. And you know, once the lesson is gained, the karma is balanced and cleared, and the changed person and self moving forward, like, oh, that's all that needs to happen. And this person is there doing it, but they might be beating up on themselves a little bit too hard for who they used to be, and they're in the struggle to heal from that, to actually forgive themselves for who they used to be and different things that they've done. All right, let's look at their heart space. Scorned, heartbreak creating a desire for vengeance. So this is part of the past that they're sorry for because of what they've been through. They did hurt and harm others, and they see the flaw in that sort of thinking and behavior now. Compassionate, kind, and caring soul, because they are the real deal within. They are golden and empty, feeling sad and broken. Okay, they do really beat themselves up for different choices they've made in the past, and a lot of what they did was because of what had been done to them, what had happened to them, and they really struggled to heal and move on from that. And finally now something has, you know, shook them, has stirred their soul, and they may be completely on their own, and they're just seeing things differently. And you know, no matter what's happened to them, they're no longer like, oh well, you know, I can do what I do because XYZ happened to me. It's so mature. It's like, no, I cannot behave that way just because it happened to me. Like, I've got to be the difference. I've got to be the change I desire in my life, in my world. And so they had a deep, deep-seated heartache, heartbreak to heal and overcome. Six of Wands. They will, though. See, they've turned the page. They're ready to set down the heavy load. They want to be happy. They don't want to be alone. They don't want to hurt people. They don't want to feel bad. They don't want to feel like a victim. They want to understand their journey. They want to grow and receive every bit of every experience for what it's worth. This is not somebody who's pushing anything away. They're fully embracing it, facing the pain within, facing the darkness within, and taking steps to self-help, to heal themselves, to become a better person. And it's for no other reason than their soul has shook. And that's the journey they're on right now. And that's what's playing out in their heart. These heavy energies dissipating so that they can come into connection, deep connection with others once again, and be vulnerable and not hide what hurts, you know, and not carry the burden and the weight all on their own, because this person really, really crucifies themselves for different choices of their past. They struggle to let that go, to move beyond it. Now we have the Knight of Swords with the Hermit. Yeah, see, they don't communicate. They don't tell you. They don't tell anybody really what's going on, but they're a wise soul. They are, and there's a strength about them. This is a beautiful unfolding and blossoming. This could be somebody where a lot of people who knew them kind of lost hope and faith in them, you know, based on different choices that they were making. And to the shock of everybody, their soul has shook. And from that space, they've started changing. Now we have the Four of Pentacles. And see, I am hiding my pain though, because I deserve it. I deserve this sadness. I deserve the loneliness for who I was, for what I've been, for the people that I've hurt. I just want to give this person a hug, because the accountability, the ownership, the self-awareness, that is beautiful. That right there is the apology, you know, is what rectifies everything, because once that awakening has happened, this person is changed, their behavior is changed. Moving forward, there's nothing inauthentic about them. So let's look at your journey with this person. And if this is not your specific journey with this person, this is the journey they are on right now. And I say that just because, you know, some of you are asking about somebody of the past, some of you this is somebody of the now, and some of you this is a potential. So this is either your journey you're meant to share with them, or this is the journey that they are currently on. The Sun, deep healing and awakening. Look at that. Breaking free of anxiety, of worry. And this here, this person could have been somebody who lied a lot, and, you know, keeping up with the lies is just too much. Like they're laying it down. They're pulling down the mask. Okay, so a lot of healing coming in to lies, to deception, to secrecy, as well as anxiety and worry and fear and hiding. All right, next out is the Eight of Cups. So this person, you guys may have a split, a break, a walking away from each other at some point on this journey, or this is just talking about how they're breaking free from the shadow energy, the negative of who they used to be, and the sun is coming in, the sun is rising in their soul. And look what's next. Now we've got the Moon, and lastly we've got the Magician. Look at that. Yes, beautiful awakening in this relationship. It may start out shaky, but it shifts and it turns into something more. There may be a period of separation, okay? But the connection that exists between you and this person, it's soul, all right? And now this being their own journey is they are healing the shadow within, and it's very freeing. They're walking away from a lot of heavy energies, and they're becoming the magician, the awakened, the enlightened one, and they'll be forever changed. Okay, so let's just pull a couple more cards about this journey. Grateful heart, recognition and appreciation. Selfish love, connection for personal gain, and strong focus and independence. So to me, this is talking about your connection with this person, if this is of the past or in a current connection. If this is somebody new to you or somebody that you're just kind of watching from afar, this is probably not going to apply. But this is where they realize you've been genuine and who and what you are, and they were not always that, and it's taken some time, but they're getting there. They're going to realize your worth, your value all the way, and they're going to take accountability and responsibility. So the key to this person's heart and soul is to give them space right now. They will share and tell you what you need to know when they're ready to do so. They're in a deep healing process, okay? If this is a love interest, it may take some time to for this relationship to come into like a really solid foundation, because they're in a spiritual awakening right now, shedding the past, healing the past, and transforming into a completely different person. All right, so those are your messages about this person. With key number 3, I am sending you all lots of love and light. Take care. Hello there. So for this 4th key, this is the crystal we're going to use to represent the soul of the person you're asking about, and the key that gains us access to their heart, to their soul, so that you can understand this person better or know them better. We're going to start off by pulling their karmic energies and their light energies, just to get an idea where they're at vibrationally. And what do we have? Okay, so we have 5 energies of the light and 3 karmic energies. What this tells me is this person is, at this point in their life, definitely more honest. They're in tune with their soul. They're probably very intuitive. They might even be psychic, whether they realize it or not. They are at the very least very intuitive and empathic with other people. Like, they pick up on energies very, very well, and they channel messages from the higher realms. They might not realize it though, but right now with these 3 shadow energies or 3 karmic energies, they're either working on resolving some karma at this time, or there are some karmic contracts that are currently playing out in their life. So let's pull a spirit guide here to see, you know, which spirit guide is walking with them on their journey the closest, and that will give us an idea as to where they're at on their life journey, and you know, what their energy is. Okay, so we have a hunter of dreams. The hunter comes through, and this is in Earth Spirit, and this particular spirit guide has an investment in this person overcoming these shadow energies, or fulfilling these karmic contracts, or balancing their karmic energies, okay, whatever the case may be. And I remain fluid since this is a general reading, but this spirit guide is working on their own karma. And so through that process, as they help and assist this person here, this person evolves, grows, and succeeds. This spirit's karma is also balanced in the non-physical. So this spirit guide has a lot invested in this person, and Hunter of Dreams wants to awaken this person to their highest calling, their highest potential, the dreams of their heart and their soul. So let's pull a couple of cards to look at this person, who they are internally right now, and what they project externally to everybody else, to the world around them. All right, and within, they are the King of Pentacles. So this person could be very material driven and based. You know, it doesn't mean that they're shallow, but this is somebody who definitely likes expensive things, likes to live comfortably, could be very ambitious, could be quite advanced in their career at this point, could be very well to do financially, but within, this person does like nice things, does like luxury, but also they're very stable, okay? They're not a super emotional person, even though they're empathic and they pick up on energies. This isn't somebody who is gonna, how do I explain this? They can feel emotions in other people all day long, but feeling emotions within themselves, that's something they don't want to really deal with all the time. So they may be more physically based, materially based, and it's not to say they don't feel, but they would rather invest in other people's emotions opposed to their own. All right, what they project is the Death card, okay? So this person is very, very secretive. And also, this is a person that you don't want to cross. If you cross them, they may never forgive. This is somebody that can hold a grudge for like 10 lifetimes, okay? So the projection is, you know, even though they may not be over something, they'll pretend like they are to save face, to not show their real emotions. So if you've had a falling out with this person, they're going to pretend to you that they're just fine, and they're not missing a beat without you around, which is a lie. Okay. They may also be very unfair when their emotions get stimulated, or they feel triggered, or, you know, just whatever. They may take like very drastic action and just like cut things off very swiftly and kind of over dramatically. And if that's the case, it's because something was really stirred within them. Again, they can deal with other people's emotions all day, but dealing with their own is something they're not super comfortable with. This spirit guide trying to help them with that. So let's pull a card to see what planet is currently influencing them the strongest at this time. Ooh, look at that. We've got the moon. And this is emotions all day long. Okay, they don't want to face their own emotions, but also with the moon coming out, there is no question that this person is very sensitive, spiritually gifted, empathic, psychic, medium. You know, there's no question of it, especially with the moon being a very strong influence for them. But they're highly sensitive. They can be easily triggered. Yet they can come off as very cold and aloof. And it's like, you're not very sensitive to me. So why are you expecting me to be so damn sensitive to your feelings? You know, that's how you're feeling about them. Because when it comes to that deeper stuff, ooh, they want to run from it. They can help everybody around them out. They can, you know, accurately predict situations and outcomes and people's real intentions and motivations and all of that. All right. But if they have to face their own emotions within and dig through that complication, because this is a very complex being right here. Very complex creature. They don't want to. They don't want to. This might be somebody who cuts things off when it gets too real, when it gets too deep, and that's what these karmic shadow energies are about. Like, they really need to overcome that. They have this issue of emotionally connecting, which is crazy to me, since they can read emotions like no other. All right, let's pull these shadow energies, karmic energies, and see what they're all about. And they do hide a lot under the surface. So again, if you've had a fight, falling out, you've crossed them, they're gonna make you think that they hate you and that you're dead to them. However, that's not the truth at all, okay? That's just a front that they put on. We have the child I was meant to be. Okay, so this person had some tragedy happen in childhood. They could have had a really bad childhood, or just, you know, different things played out that put some trauma in them, and it's still present. The spirit guide trying to help them with that, because this is what stands in the way of their emotions, is what happened in childhood. You know, it could have been like abusive parents, neglectful parents, a lot of rejection in school. You know, it's just different for everybody. Growing up in poverty, this here, something happened when they were young, you know, 20 or younger, and it just kind of changed the course of their journey when it comes to their emotions and their emotional attachments. This really is like the biggest thing. Next is atonement. All right, this does tell me that these energies also entail karmic balance for them, because of, you know, and I don't feel like this person is a super crappy, negative, bad person, okay? Not with, you know, light energies that came out for them. They're not a bad person. They just, because of their emotional stunting of growth, they've done and said some things that weren't nice. They've played unfair at times, and now it's time to receive their justice, to atone for past sins, so to speak. Okay, so they are balancing some karma right now, and this might come through some karmic relationships that really stab this person in the back, and through that it's to, you know, break them open, to reacquaint them to their soul, to their heart, you know, not just to feel the energies around them, but the energies of themselves, and finally face what hurts within so that they can overcome it. And lastly, we have addicted. So this could be that, you know, they have some vices in their life that they use to help them get through, to keep them disconnected from the true emotions that they feel about themselves and others. Okay, the child I was meant to be, there's trauma there, and that's what blocks them from their heart space. They're a good person, they're an honest person, but they tend to run when emotions are involved, or if they're too emotionally stimulated, they might be apt to sabotage and do something, you know, that's like an end-all no repair, because the emotions are just too much for them. They don't know how to deal with that. And again, they have this spirit guide helping them out, reacquainting them with their true center. All right, we have the Three of Cups and the Five of Wands. Yeah, there's something in their younger years that just traumatized them, and they've really struggled to get past it. They want to. They could indulge in like alcohol. They could have had addictions early in life, just depending on the trauma that they went through. This person was abused on some level, okay, whether it was by their parents, another family member, their peers in school, or some major trauma taking place. It happened, and this has been the thing that has plagued them throughout their journey, is healing this and overcoming this. Ace of Pentacles on atonement with the Star. Yes, see, they are balancing that karma. They are healing. They are starting to become aware and look within, and no longer hide behind their pain, instead embracing it. So they are going to overcome this, and once they do, they are a different person. Under addicted, we have Ace of Cups and Spirit of Wands. Okay, so this is somebody who could be a person that could never be without a romantic partnership in their life. Like, they really struggle to be alone and on their own, even though when emotions get real, they run. When they're called out, you know, they will hurt you and they will reject you before you can hurt them and reject them, type of energy. And now is time for them to evolve beyond this, but they've got to heal this inner child, this trauma from their early years, and the spirit guide coming in, helping them big time. Deep healing with the Star, and it's going to be a permanent shift and change. They've also, through this process, have to own their own behavior for what they've done to others, and this is where it's no longer becomes an excuse in their mind. Well, this happened to me, so what does it matter if I did XYZ to certain people? Their mind is shifting about that, and a lot of this is like they ghost, they run, they brick wall type of energy at the smallest thing, and it leaves people confused and hurt, and they're not beneath retaliating or self-sabotaging when things are going very well. It's just very scary for them. This trauma has impacted so many different aspects and areas of their life, and maybe they've focused very strongly on career as a distraction, okay, and that's how they've built themselves, rather than making you know, a lot of emotional connections. And this person could have a lot of friends and a lot of connections around them, but that doesn't mean that they are emotional connections. All right, let's look at the light energy around this person. Negative ties, upgrade, intuition, third eye, the Gaia worker, and awakening. Yes. Again, here's the confirmation of this person being really spiritually gifted. But the negative relationships and experiences from, earlier in their life, in this journey, really a big hindrance. One of the heaviest, hardest things that they're going to have to work to overcome. And there could be some addictions involved, but they will overcome, because look at this. We have the upgrade. So right now, the angels helping them out, their spirit guide really helping them out, shifting that perception to see things in a different way, because this person is the Gaia worker. This is somebody who is deeply empathic and doesn't hurt a fly. They're here to protect all that inhabit Mother Earth Gaia, humans, animals, insects alike, as well as care for the preservation of this planet. This person is so sensitive, and they just cut themselves off from their emotions because it's too much. And they are having an awakening. They are changing. It's time for them to get comfortable with their emotional body and embrace that and heal their past, all that they've been through, so that they can come into much more intimate, connected relationships. Because I'm telling you, this person is like, I'm going to hurt you before you hurt me. I'm going to drop the ball on you before you drop it on me. The slightest hint of dishonesty or things falling down, they're out. And it's not because they're flaky or unreliable. It's because of this unhealed trauma that exists within them. Okay, so let's look at their heart space. Eternal flame, a love that never fades, no matter time or distance. There you go. They can say they're cutting somebody off, but they don't mean it. They still care when they slam that door. They still care. But that's easier to deal with than to face rejection or to say, hey, I was wrong. You know, it's just this, they just went through something and it scarred them so deeply. Strong, focused, and independent. They're very honest, though. And silence, not speaking, but still watching. Yeah. So those of you that had a falling out, argument, disagreement with this person, they still care. They're still invested in you and what you're doing and what you're thinking. But again, their ego may be more in control of things as a mechanism of protection. And preservation, just because of what they've been through, okay? But they're working on it. They're atoning right now. Let's look at your journey with this person or the journey they are currently on. This could go either way. Earth Mother. Movement of Swords. Three of Wands, the Lovers, and Movement of Pentacles. Okay, you and this person are meant to be in each other's lives, okay? This is a romantic tie. I see it right here. And, you know, Movement of Pentacles, you guys are meant to come into beautiful alignment with each other. And it's like this will be a period of waiting for some of you after you meet this person. If, you know, you're kind of on the sidelines right now, you know, this person is in a process of atoning their energy, balancing their karma, facing the trauma trauma within so that they can become emotionally open and vulnerable and truly connect and not have that fear and not pull back and not run away and, overcome that. You're not going to reject me. I will reject you before you reject me type of energy. They're just very fearful, and they're aware of it. Like, they want to change. They don't want to be like this. They want to be able to really connect. And the fact that they're so intuitive and empathic, it can really confuse them at times. All right, so scorned, heartbreak, creating desire for vengeance. Tribe, members of the same soul collective. And uncommitting, games and manipulative tricks. So this is kind of what you've experienced with this person, okay? And again, they're not a game player. They're not dishonest. It's that fear. It's that unhealed trauma that causes them to act the way that they do. And there's a spirit guide that's on it, all right? The key to this person's heart is to not push them beyond what they're comfortable. You can definitely call them out and lay it all, lay all the cards on the table, but you have to stand very firm in what you say and give this person the time and space to really awaken to themselves and face this shadow energy inside. And I do see that happening. They're just very flighty. Their energy doesn't feel very grounded to me. And again, because they're so intuitive and empathic, they confuse those energies and jumble them all up and connect them to things that maybe they shouldn't be connected to just because of what they've been through. So the key to this person's heart is patience and understanding and giving them the space and time, because the spirit guide is on it. And, I do see you guys working this out. So give it time. All right. So those are your messages. I'm sending you lots of love and light. Take care. Hello there. So for this fifth key, here is the crystal that we're going to use to represent the soul of the person you're asking about. And this is the key that is going to unlock the mystery about this person. So we'll put that right over here, and we're going to start by pulling their karmic energies and their light energies to get a sense of their vibration. All right, let's see. Okay, so we have 4 karmic energies and 5 light energies. So this coming out means this person is a real mixed bag. They tend to do the right thing. They're genuinely pretty honest. However, with 4 shadow energies, karmic energies also coming through, it could also be situational for them. So sometimes they may lie to benefit themselves, or they may lie for other people to protect them. Okay, they could be dealing with some unresolved emotional baggage as well. But this person, it's a real mixed bag. And out of all the readings, this is the last one. This is the first mixed bag like this that we've got. So I'm interested to see what comes forward. Okay, well, there's the spirit guide for this person that's working the closest with them, and we have a shaman of tradition. All right, so this person is currently working with a spirit guide who is an ascended soul. This was an earth spirit who has ascended the earth plane. Very wise, powerful being, this spirit guide, and that's who's directing and guiding this person right now, which would make sense because the energies are so imbalanced. Like, I couldn't say that this is a honest person, but I can't say this is a dishonest person. I can't say that this is a genuinely nice person, nor can I say this is a genuinely mean and nasty person. It's really situational what comes out of this individual, and it's because there's a lot of imbalanced energies within them at this time, and they have a strong and powerful spirit guide trying to help them through that. So let's pull some cards to look at their energy, specifically their internal and their external, what they project to others. Internally, we have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups upright is a very sensitive, emotionally mature, and strong person. Could be psychically sensitive, at the very least is an empath, okay, connected to intuition, but reversed, this can be somebody who is a drama queen. When they are scorned, they lash out, they seek revenge, they can manipulate, they can lie, they can play games, because the Queen of Cups again is an empath, whether male or female. They easily connect into others' energies and can read them quite well, whether they realize that it's a gift or not. This person has that ability, and sometimes I feel they utilize that in a negative sense, and sometimes they utilize that in a very positive way. But nonetheless, this person is very sensitive. And externally, what we have is the World. So they may project themselves as larger than life at times, like they have it all together. They're going to take on the world. They're going to conquer the world. When they have some sort of achievement, they could be very bragging about it, sharing it with everybody they know. This person, I have to say, really does feel like a drama queen, center of attention type of energy. And again, it's not like they're bad, because sometimes that's very charming. Their personality is very charming and captivating and alluring and fun. But other times it's just a headache, a lot of work, a lot of emotional energy, and you can't decide, are they honest or are they dishonest? Because there's elements where they are very true and straightforward, and then there's times where they aren't so much. They stretch the truth, they withhold information, or sometimes they outright even lie. Okay, again, they are a mixed bag. So let's pull the planet that is primarily influencing them at this time. All right. Okay, so we have Uranus, your potential for sudden change, enlightenment, and awakening. So Uranus being the primary planet that is ruling them and, causing them to make their decisions and choices. That's an unstable energy right there. This is somebody who changes their mind on a dime, and can go from one thought and, okay, this is how it's going to be, and then changes their mind only to change their mind again. This particular energy is very sloppy. This is the last reading, and out of the 5, this one here, it does feel very sloppy, out of the lines. This person not super self-aware, and it's interesting because I do feel like there is this very enduring energy about them. There's very sweet and interesting characteristics to their personality, and they have quirky quirks, and they're fun. But gosh, it's like the life of the party, or let me rain on your whole parade. This person can go back and forth like that. Like, that's their energy. When it's good, it's a lot of fun. But when they're in a mood, watch out. Oh, goodness. So if this is a romantic potential that you don't know very well, you might want to reconsider getting in deep with this person. They're a hot mess right now. And they're really needing to figure some things out. They've got a lot of karmic energies that they also have to work through. Let's look at those shadow and karmic energies. Okay, Triumph of Lies. So yeah, I was picking up on that dishonesty, and look, that comes right out under that Queen of Cups. Parasite. Ooh, they could be a bit codependent. And envious gluttony. Okay. Because of this Queen of Cups energy that is the primary force within, they can be prone to jealousy and insecurity as well. Like, even if you absolutely love this person, you have their back, they know they can count on you and trust you through and through, it might be a struggle for them to watch you succeed and do better. It might be like they're even in competition with you, even if this is a romantic mate. And again, it's not because they're a bad person. It's because their energy is really distorted and sloppy. And this spirit guide trying to help get them on track. They can be kind of overbearing and controlling with the parasite energy. They take what they want. They can be very emotionally draining as well, just because of that. And then Triumph of Lies, they're not always honest. They really aren't. You want to proceed with caution with this person. Two of Swords. And Seven of Pentacles. Wow. They will do whatever it takes to protect the lie, to preserve the false story, downright to gaslighting you, where like you could have seen it with your own eyes, and this person would try to convince you otherwise if it's the detriment to them. Yeah, oof. All right. Parasite, we have the Two of Pentacles and the Fool. This here, they take more than they give, and when that's brought to light, they are the type of person to deflect blame and take no accountability for it, okay? Things fall apart. You know, this could be a situation that's really back and forth in your life. And it's always like, you know, I've changed. It will be different this time. It will be different this time. No, it's not. This person needs to learn how to become, you know, very strong within themselves on their own. Next out is the Movement of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. Yeah, see, this person struggles to be happy for those around them when, you know, something good happens for others. And I don't feel like it's malicious. It's just these insecurities and the sloppy energy that they don't really deal with. They blame others more than they look to themselves, okay? And so this person, you know, this could be a friend, you know, you're all here for a different reason for this reading. It's like this person, when good things happen to you and to others, they are jealous. They feel bad, and they struggle with that because they know it's wrong. They know it's wrong, but it's almost like they cannot help it. Oh, this person is a hot mess. Okay, so let's look at the light energy. What is going on with that? Because my goodness. Self-discovery, religions, and spiritual lessons. Okay, so in the light energy that's around them, they do have a lot of angels and spirit guides, okay? This person, again, is intuitive, empathic, spiritually gifted, could be psychic. However, because their energy is so distorted and so sloppy, they don't even recognize their potential or even come near to reaching it. They have a lot of inner work to do, a lot of self-discovery, self-awareness to come into, all right? And they may need to break out of some belief system of like the way they were raised, or a certain religious belief. There's just something around their consciousness and their, you know, deep-seated belief system that holds them back. That is partly why they act the way that they do. And spiritual lessons, oh, their hands are full. They signed up for many this lifetime. This honestly is a very evolved soul, okay? But the journey that they're on, the level of insomnia and sleep that they're in at this time, you would never know it, okay? You would never know it. They may come across as very egotistical, self-centered, over dramatic, me at times. And then at other times, they're very loving and nurturing and giving, and they understand. This person can understand you in ways nobody else can. It's because of who they are. But again, because their energy is so distorted, it feels like a trick. Like, how can we be in this place of intimacy, yet in these other circumstances, it's like you're somebody else. You're cold, you're distant, you lie, you play games, you're dramatic, you're oversensitive, you scream, you throw tantrums. There's just a lot of confusion. Again, you can't say that this person is a bad person, but you can't say they're a good person, because they've done a lot of good things, but they've also done a lot of bad things. And the bad things they do are motivated from upset emotions. Like, they really need to get a control of their emotional body. Like, that's their biggest downfall, is their emotions. And again, because they're so sensitive, they're empathic, they over the average person need to learn and focus and discipline their emotional body. Otherwise, they just run amok and they begin to confuse other people's emotions and energy with their own. It can also deeply impact them, change their moods, affect them. So this person needs to have big time self-discovery of who and what they are and their gifts, because my goodness. All right, let's pull some cards to look at their heart space. Talented and handy. It hurts. And unavailable. Unhealed wounds prevent emotional connection. Okay, so they do have emotional baggage that they must face and heal before this energy can balance out. So there's a lot of emotional baggage in this person, and again, I'm not surprised, because they are so sensitive. They're empathic. Throughout their life, they've taken on a lot of energy that wasn't their own, and things that happen to them, they absolutely do feel it deeper than the average person. All right, so sometimes, yes, they're drama queen, but they do feel deeper than the average person. They have a lot of things that have happened to them, and that's why they flop back and forth. And there's the side that's beautiful and loving, and then there's the side that's mean and nasty and vengeful and out of control. They've got a lot of emotional baggage that they must work on. And they have this powerful spirit guide that's awakening them. And once this person awakens, they're going to be somebody else entirely. But, you know, can you handle that? Can you wait around through that? So let's see what your journey is meant to, how it's meant to unfold with them. Or if this isn't about the journey the two of you share, this is the journey that they're on specifically right now. So let's see. The Sage. So they're meant to have a spiritual awakening and really become aware of their spiritual gifts. And once that takes place, they do shift into another being. Trust me. Yeah, look at that. Spirit of Swords. They are connected to the higher realms. You got the Sage and then the Spirit of Swords. Nine of Wands. Again, they're partly out of balance because they pick up on so many energies and they're not fully aware of that, and it really affects them. Next is the Hermit. They're wise. They tend to retreat and go within. And Spirit of Pentacles. Wow. This person is going to evolve into a very strong master soul. And it's going to be somebody else entirely. But right now, their energy is a hot mess. And this spirit guide is trying to help them. They're going to awaken. They've got to go through this healing process. And until that happens, they are going to be flip-flop, back and forth, emotional outbursts, you know, periods of, you know, where they go into like darkness and depression. It's just because they're not aware of themselves fully, and they don't have full control of their emotional body. And the lying has got to stop. So they're being called to the red carpet. They're being convicted about their deception and their dishonesty by spirit. And it's like, it doesn't matter what has happened to you. It's, you know, you perpetuate that energy by giving it to others, or you stop that energy, you heal it, and you evolve beyond it to help protect others. That's the truth for all of us. And this person is right, you know, on that threshold of coming into self-realization of who and what they are, and how they hurt and impact others with their words, with their actions, with their dishonesty, and learning how to control their spiritual gifts and their empathic abilities, so that they're not always receiving everybody's energy, and getting more in tune with their intuition, so that all the messages they receive aren't confusing and overwhelming and overstimulating to this person. They need a big time wake up call, and the spirit guide is going to see to it that that happens. And so this could be while you guys meet. If that's the case, this is going to be a really challenging connection until all of this work is done in this person. And, you know, there's going to be a lot of times along the journey where you don't understand, because they do pull their energy back without any warning. That's that Uranus energy. This to me feels more like their personal journey, not so much talking about your journey with them. It's like they need to evolve into this before you can have anything solid, trustworthy, and stable with this person. So let's, you know, look at it more from the sense of the two of you. Because like I said, I do feel that this is talking more about their journey. Love triangle, deep feelings for two. Okay, so that might be part of the problem here. New emotion, falling in love. So this person definitely has emotion for you. Adventurer, outdoorsy, physically active. You guys could, you know, be going out, be going on a lot of dates. Next is coldness, drifting apart. Yeah. Okay, so right now is not a good time to try to have a romantic connection with this person, because yes, they do have the emotion for you. It's there. Or if this is a potential that you're thinking about, somebody new that, you know, you haven't had a chance to fully know, you guys are going to definitely click and have a connection and have fun. But this person, again, flip-flops, goes back and forth, hot and cold. And so I don't feel like now is the right time to have or pursue a romance with this individual. They need to have a spiritual awakening first, or they're going to cause you a lot of emotional hurt and damage, which could ultimately sour this connection and have you walk away. The key to this person's heart is not found right now. They've got to find themselves first, okay? So those are your messages. I am wishing you all the very best and sending you all lots of love and light. Take care.